All right, so I am here with members of 84. To look at it, it's like AD4, like the year of our Lord 4, but it's pronounced 84. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Right, yes.
I'm gonna
And
say
then,
that.
and that, as I remember, that was a very good year. It was a very good year. Uh,
Yes.
but I want to introduce you guys. Just we've never met before, so just raise your hand. We got John Di Giovanni, excuse me, on bass. All right, John Besser on drums.
That's me.
All right, Eddie Vitolo on guitar,
Right, yeah, man.
and then Howard Hollywood Howe Portney. All right, excellent. This is great. I got all you together. This is amazing. All right, so I was doing a little bit of research,
Yes.
conducting a little bit of research on you guys. So
Okay.
so correct me if I'm wrong. You started in 2020, about
2019, 2019 into 2020, just as COVID started.
Oh yeah, perfect time. So you hail from Staten Island, New York. Is that right?
Yeah, three of us, and John's from you ever from Staten Island?
Never. He's
From Jersey.
Jersey.
So three from Staten Island, one from Jersey. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I've talked with a couple other bands. This is just something I grew up in the 80s, 70s and 80s. I'm 53 now. So this is something that I've just been starting to do on my YouTube channel because I want to see things progress. I want to help in my little way to perpetuate the new wave of traditional heavy metal. And I got to say, you guys appear to be a little bit more seasoned than some of the younger bands. Yeah, that's right. We've all got that. Some of the younger bands out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely
an air of authenticity.
Yeah, we're playing the era that we love. You know what I mean? And we're using the influences that we grew up on.
Right.
And it's pretty much 84 was the cutoff point, more or less.
I see. All right, there we go. So that's how we arrived at that.
Before the thrash stuff started. Nothing against that. It's just that we're less Metallica and more Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Merciful Fate type stuff.
Yeah. And so I was looking on Encyclopedia Metallum, doing a little research on you guys. So some of you have been in other bands, or you may have all been in other bands. Looks like John Besser, John the drummer, ex Cities. There was a band called Cities.
Yeah, that's the reason why we started this was I went to Germany with Cities in 2019 and played at the Keep It True festival, and I was so blown away by the metal scene that was there. Like, because compared to the States, there's hardly a metal scene here. But over there, I was so blown away by it. So when I came back, I was all excited, and I talked to Eddie, and I was like, "We got to do the stuff that we love." I said, "There's a scene out there that would appreciate this."
Yeah,
and that's really how it started. So I was like 20 when I got back from Germany in 2019.
Okay, so Cities was not. I've never heard any of that material, but Cities is not.
Cities is a band from the 80s, and they brought us over because people kept asking for that band. AJ Pero used to be the drummer in Cities back in the 80s.
Okay,
right around the time of Twisted Sister.
Oh, okay, all right. I knew the name sounded familiar from somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, it's a New York band from the 80s.
All right, and then let's see. Howie, you were with looks like, is it Dark Sky? I can't even read my own writing. Dark Sky Choir, and then also Unleash the Priest, which I'm guessing was a Judas Priest tribute band.
Unleash the Priest is actually a Judas Priest tribute band, which features three out of the four of us.
Sorry.
Oh, so that's still going.
Yeah, we're actually playing March.
Yeah, sort of. You're in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's playing exactly in your neck of the woods, but a place called Sherman Theater.
What do you know? What county or what city it's near?
To answer that question right.
I could look that up. I'm gonna do like.
Yeah, you got it.
So yeah, we're there. I think March.
We're there Saturday, March 23rd,
What's it called again? Sure.
Sherman Theater.
Sherman
about it.
Theater. Yeah, no.
I know exactly what it is. I'm not giving any answers since I'm not in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I live in
I did a good job on theater.
We're going to be there with
Stroudsburg.
That's it.
Stroudsburg.
We're going to be
Yeah.
there with my buddy Dave's band, Last Pharaoh.
Okay.
They're special.
Yeah, so we still do the pre stuff. We still love doing that.
Oh, that's awesome. So John, you came back. You said you came back from Europe, inspired to to continue with the traditional heavy metal. How did you then gather up the rest of the guys?
Well, Eddie right there is a madman. He's the main songwriter. It's just like a machine. And I knew that I was like, we should do this, and he loves the same stuff.
Yeah.
So we just started doing it, and we were like, we actually had a band. We did a couple of songs, but that band didn't stay together. And then we're like, we got to get a really good singer. And at the time, I was playing in the Priest band with Howie. Yeah, we're Priest band. I'm like, gee, I wonder if I can get the singer.
Who should I get?
Addition to that.
Yeah,
and I said, well, what about him?
And so I played him some of the stuff that we were working on, and he was totally into it. And then we were like, okay, now we gotta get a bass player. And actually, the original bass player was Sal Italiano from Cities, but he wound up moving, and it was impossible to get our schedules together. So I had played with John and a couple other bands years ago, and I knew he was perfect fit for the band, and I asked him, and there he is.
Yeah, you were like, record these 4 songs. Name your name on the record. So it was like a cartoon. So I put the songs on. I sat on my couch. An hour later, he's like, I'm just gonna put your name on the record. Okay. And I TV on mute again. He's like, "What? You want to be in the band? Just be in the band. Just be in the band." Yeah, sure. Okay. We're all in COVID anyway.
Very relaxed.
Yeah. At the same time, COVID was happening, so it was a weird way to put together a band. But
Yeah.
it worked in the sense of like, here's some material. Listen to this if you want to play along to it, and if you like it, and it all worked out, and we've been working ever since. We like maniacs, more or less, trying to, anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you've got the 4-song EP, and then more recently the 8-song LP, Wrath of the Saints.
Yeah.
So so do you have a record contract with, I guess it's Otto Records?
Yeah, that's pretty much us. It's it's our own little.
Oh, that's yours. That's yours.
Yeah, it's a studio I have, a production type of thing, but we're not signing artists, but we signed us.
We are.
Yeah. And I always tell them, I'm like, I was talking to the label guys, they said, you gotta go, let's go, more songs. And they're like, who's the label?
But I don't hear a single here. I don't hear a sign of the radio hit.
Yeah, but right now we're actually working on another EP and an album at the same time because we're crazy. So we're about, I think we're about either 10 or 12 songs in, and there's just one guy holding up the whole thing, and that's the singer.
You have to give me back.
Really?
So
How about that?
No pressure at all, but he's holding up everything. It's
Uh-huh.
all.
Just learned 12 songs.
He's a prima donna, huh? Is that what it is?
We're working on the next album after.
Yeah, then we're like 3 or 4 albums in, so we're really trying to get this done, and that's why I keep telling how it's all on him. No pressure. Or that.
Yeah, no.
But he's the reason why it's not done. I mean, it is what it is.
So now you got to bring it to the people, right? Because I was doing my research. I can't find any live footage of you guys. Are you playing gigs?
No, we want to. It's just COVID really screwed everything up.
And took the train right off the track, and then we're trying to get it back on.
Yeah, so that's why we figure if we get some new material out, we'll have a ton of material to do for a gig, and then we'll do some shows. We'll go do some shows out here locally, New York. Oh, hold on a second. How do I?
No, you're good now.
I'm sideways.
Help! I don't know how to make.
Help me!
Hit the red button. It says end. No, I don't want to end this.
No. Don't do that.
It'll stop ringing in a second. This is high
No,
tech.
it's fine on my end. I'm good over here. I don't know.
Okay, good. All right.
I don't know what you got going on your end, but I'm good.
Some stupid, some telemarketer, I imagine. Oh, I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, so I don't remember what we're saying. Yeah, so we're working on a lot of materials so that we
Yeah.
can do shows. I've been talking to some promoters that we could probably get some stuff here, Long Island, maybe Jersey. There's still some clubs in Jersey. We did a show out in what was it, in Philly not too long ago. I don't remember where that place was.
Oh, really?
With the taco stand in the backyard.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Huh. I wonder where that was.
That the one with Don Jameson? Or that was
No, that was the funny no.
Photo,
That was with the priest.
photo club, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember. So
Huh.
they're all
Well-
but they had a taco truck in the back that was outstanding.
That's great.
Yeah,
Well,
tremendous.
so I live in York, Pennsylvania, which is maybe an hour, if you can imagine, an hour north of Baltimore. So I'm like
Oh, wow.
south central Pennsylvania.
Old Baldy.
Okay.
Yeah, Harrisburg is nearby. Lancaster is nearby. So there's a lot of clubs.
Oh,
I
cool.
would say, there's a lot of venues in this area for a band, just like you guys.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, we just got to get our shit together. That's really what it comes down to. We work so hard on this, and then we're like, oh my god, we gotta have to pull this off live. But we've practiced, we've jammed a couple of times, so we know what we got to do. We'll probably have to get another guitar player. We'll be 85 for a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so no, seriously, you're gonna bring a second guitar on the road with you?
We might have to. I don't know if we could. We'll have to see, because it's just because it's there's a lot of Maiden type stuff in there.
To do the double leads. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like you can't not do that, So you don't want to lessen it, and I'm sure we'll find someone in there when we're ready to do that. But we're looking to do it as the year progresses. We want to get the record and the EP done, because I don't know why we want to do it both at the same time, but there's too much material.
Hey,
And we're done. We're done. Our tracks are done.
who are you waiting on? What is the missing link? I want to
I don't
know.
want to point any fingers.
Who is
But
holding it
I
up?
may have mentioned it a little bit before, but it's the singer. You know what I mean?
Who's
So I told him the other day, no pressure. But we're working. We've come up with a schedule. We'll be done. What year is this? We'll probably.
Well, you can't rush an artist. An artist
That's
has
true.
to. You have to
Yes,
let
we
it
want-
evolve, and
Yeah.
when
That
the
is
art
true.
comes out, it comes out.
No, that is a true thing. We do want it to sound good. We don't want to rush it.
No.
Yeah.
And, it's just the most important thing. That sounds
Well,
great.
now your influences. In listening to your music, sometimes I hear like a mid to late '70s kind of thing in there, like a
You'll probably get some of that. Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Sabbath,
Like-
Ted Nugent, Blue Oyster Cult, kind of, all that kind of Queen. And then I hear the early '80s British stuff in there too. Am I on the right track, or?
That's
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, when I was a kid, I grew up, I wanted to be Ace Frehley. So that was a big
There you go.
influence. But then, you start to, move outside the box. And, when I discovered Maiden and Priest, those were big, early in the early 80s. But
Yeah,
a lot of my bands are from the 70s. I'm a big Alice Cooper,
Sin After
and
Sin
David
album.
Bowie, and so a lot of that 70s stuff probably creeps in, and maybe even in the sound of the guitar a little bit. But I do try to be as authentic as possible, as sounding like these albums. I always imagined the album that I wanted them to put out next. So the album that never came. So like after Defender had Turbo. Well, I'm trying to write the album that maybe should have came after Defender.
All right. I saw that tour. I saw Turbo. I
appreciate
at the
it
time.
now.
I was like, wow, this is great. But
When I was younger too, but it's
I didn't like
looking
it.
back on it.
No,
Yeah,
I do.
right.
Oh yeah, we rebelled against that album.
Ram it down, not so much.
That's the one that but you can't. It's tough to knock the greats, but it's true. I kind of like it up to a certain point, and then it starts to get away. And my goal with this music is to bring it back to when we all thought it was like at its senior.
Yeah. No, I think that.
Yeah. Hey,
What's that?
Diano.
No, I think you do that. I think it accomplishes that. The other thing, and I'm not just saying this to kiss ass or anything, but it's like everybody is it's like everybody's on the same level. You know, like you can meet some bands or you listen to some bands and you're like, okay, well the singer's really good, but everybody else is not as good. Like everything is the drums, the bass, the guitar, the vocals, they're all kind of like on that. You're all operating at an optimum level.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Purposefully, I mean,
it fell into place. Yeah.
Without a
Just the
doubt.
right
Yeah,
combo.
everybody's the right guy. Everybody's the right guy for the band, without a doubt.
So what is the scene like, or is there a scene in Staten Island or in New York City?
There's more of a hardcore type scene. Like a lot of the clubs here, there'll be heavy bands, but there'll be, you know, like I don't even know what you call that stuff. You know, the really crazy stuff.
You know what? You think you get a lot of these tribute bands too.
Oh, yeah, and tribute bands.
Big, you know?
Yeah, as far as the live scene, it's mostly cover bands and stuff like that. But there's a couple of clubs like on Staten Island, like Mother Pugs, to get some good rock shows. But there'll be more hardcore than say metal. But for metal, you got to go to New Jersey, you got to go to Long Island, you got to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
you know. And maybe Baltimore is another place.
But yeah, there's a couple of clubs in Baltimore. Yep.
Yeah. All of them hype, but we want to try to get them in there because, like I said, once I just think that the EP and the record really was more singles and put together type of thing. But the reason why we're doing an EP and an album, doing it like proper, like this is the album that it's all coming out at once. These aren't singles, that we worked on for the past, for a lot of time. So like these are purposeful. Like this is an EP where it's like
it's a package.
Yeah, and the album is the album is written for the album, and the EP is written for the EP. Whereas the other stuff we were just putting out as we were kind of like feeling it out for the first 12 songs. But
that's feeling out process.
Yeah, it's a new way of, we were stuck in a situation that we made the best of it, and now we're really enjoying it, and now it's coming together. People are digging it. And so it's just a struggle. We're not doing pop, so it's.
And I flood the market here with songs so that we kind of like lift them up and go, okay, we'll do this one, and then 6 months later we forget. Oh, you sent these 5 too. Like so.
Like there's about 5 albums probably, in realistic, there's probably about 5 albums worth of material, more or less.
Wow, that's a good problem to have, though. When you
that's what we say. That's what we say. Yeah, but the problem is each one. It's like we do one, then they're like, oh yeah, cool, and they're like, oh, this one's better than that one. Okay, cool, and then you're like, but that's we try to do the best ones and the ones that sound like they belong together and that type of thing, and give it a go, and hopefully people dig it.
Yeah. Now you were saying that, or how's the feedback been? What's the reaction?
Pretty good. Pretty good. They like basically what you're just saying. Like we're hitting the mark and what we're shooting for. Like, we're not trying to be fake about it, or we're not trying to like, hey, let's try to we're not dressing up in leather and doing all that stuff. I mean, that's cool too. Whatever, if that's your thing. But we're like the music is doing let the music do the talking. And we're hoping people like it because we're having a ball doing it. And the best is what I do to Howie. Because I'm like this, when Howie's gonna come over and do vocals, oh boy, I'm like, let's see. But he ended up at the top of his lungs. I'm like, yeah. And then he gets crazy. Yeah, and then he's crazy. Yeah, he comes back. He's like, I think I need to put another harmony in. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So
so everybody's like feeding off each other.
Yeah. Once the ball gets rolling, it's great. It's so much fun. That's how I look at it. This is my favorite music, and I just love doing it. I can't stop.
But the feedback, we've had some interesting write-ups and different websites and places, and it's it's a real cool thing to read something positive about
from
what
strangers.
You're doing. Yeah, from strangers.
Strangers.
Like, even what we're doing here, it's a real positive experience,
I could always go real south.
This is an expose, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Right, we're in the new world order of not having to go door to door.
Yeah, it's
You
just
open it up, see what happens.
Spotify. We released a song like I was like, this one I don't think is gonna do too good. and it's I think it's like 30 or 40,000 views, and we're not promoting. We have no backing or whatever. We're just like, let's put this music out and let it see what it does. And for whatever reason, boom, it just blew up. We're like,
Oh,
man,
that's great.
He bought a yacht, and I was like, wait. Wait,
hold on a minute.
Let me check the numbers. Spotify. Oh wait, 75 cents.
Cha-ching.
33 cents.
There you go.
I mean, I write big checks, but there's
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're waiting off on the mansions and the yachts. But
the mansion on the yacht.
yeah.
One of the benefits of not living on an island, they can't find you so fast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that it somehow trickles down to the younger crowd too.
Yeah.
That's my hope. You know, that's not just all us oldies. But
Well, that's what the thing about Germany. The Keep It True Festival. There's a plug for them. That's a great thing. They have great metal bands from all over. They fly us out. You know, and it's like two days, and they do a couple other ones too. And the crowd is not old dudes. It's all generations of people. There's young people.
So there's young people that are catching on to it.
Yeah, and they're all the best part is they're all wearing vests. Like a dungaree vest covered in metal patches, like when
like we did in the 80s.
Yeah, and
we did a gig as the
we did a priest gig.
That
was a young crowd, and they were singing.
I couldn't believe
they were singing Beyond the Realms of Death with us, like 17, I don't know whatever they were, maybe 20-year-old kids, and we're like, Beyond Death. But
they're out there.
Yeah, that was what was encouraging about it.
So that's over there. That's in Europe. What about here in the United States?
Well, in Philly, we've experienced it in Philly with metal. So it's like I know it's there and Long Island as well. Okay. So it's just a matter of it's promoting and getting out there. Once, like I said, once we have this record, now we're gonna be like we're gonna go out and do this. And as long as we don't get hit with tomatoes or whatever, I think. I mean, they're good. They're ripe. They're good tomatoes.
There you go.
Well, you'll have to play it at a bar that's got the chicken wire in front of you.
Yeah, raw high.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that.
Oh, that's great. That's great and that's encouraging to me too, because that's what I'd like to see. Like I tried. My sons are 22 and 19. I tried to bring them up on rock and roll, but all their buddies were into rap, and so that's the way that they went.
All you can do is try, man.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll come around. They'll realize, what? Hey, man, I really like this one song, and then you're like, that's it. You got them. They rope them right into it. That's it. Mm-hmm. One song will get them. Maybe it'll be 84. You never know.
Yeah,
it could be. I'm going to blast it. I'll blast it around here.
Cool.
So let's see. So looking back on all the bands that you guys have been in. What would you say is like the craziest gig you ever played?
The night my guitar died. And there you go.
That was a good one.
Tell me that again.
We called it The Night His Guitar Died. We played a gig years ago. This is a different band. And we were supposed to go on at 9. And for some reason, they changed it to 7:45. And Eddie was out hanging out, having a couple of drinks. And he was like, I still got another 2 hours to go. And
as soon as I walked in, they were like, "Get on!"
Yeah, I know. You walked on the stage, and I went, "Oh yeah, we're on." And he had a hiccup, because he drank too much. He had a hiccup, and
shit.
Yeah, and he was the lead singer, so he was going.
Oh my God!
Like, I wish that I was in the audience to watch the show that I saw. I mean, that I was a part of, but it didn't work out that way. But yeah, that was a good one.
So wait, so you had hiccups. You had hiccups, and your guitar died.
And he punched the guitar.
It wouldn't stay in tune.
Yeah, it wouldn't stay in tune. It was just like straight into the gutter.
Oh, God.
It was. I laughed.
The real trick of that night was I met someone years later who knew the owner of the club that we were playing at the time, and he was telling me crazy stuff that this guy told him. And so third party came back to me. He said, "Yeah, there was this night with this guy hiccups and he punched his guitar. And he cut his hand open." Like it was me.
That was me. Oh man.
There's quite a few, but that's a good one. That's a good one. I remember that one pretty well.
Nice.
And also the time I left the club for, I won't mention his name, but we left one guy with I don't even want to be rude, but we left him with
I know exactly what you're about to
a
say.
lady that was, and the other guys in the band were like, "Oh, we got to save him," and I was like,
Oh,
nah.
was this like a dude looks like a lady?
Yeah. Anyway,
Like that kind of situation.
Fun we have.
Oh, what about the best gig ever? Or has there or is that not a category that
Well, a really good one was that the
Priest
priest one that we did in Philly because we
You know, it was
shocked by the
packed
crowd.
with
With young people.
wearing, like you said, denim and leather. And you know what? If you thought you were back in 1985, you would have believed it.
Yeah.
Like that's
Wow.
what it
It
seemed
was so
like
weird.
it was.
And we didn't know what to expect either.
Yeah,
So
we
it wasn't
just-
like our crowd. We just, showed up and played, and they were going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were right in our
And they,
faces.
and they
too.
were,
Remember
sing,
that?
and they were
Yeah.
singing the words. They're singing. I just remember that there was a girl singing "Beyond the Realms of Death." She must
Yeah,
be
yeah,
20
yeah,
years
yeah.
old. I'm like,
Huh.
how in the world would she even know that song?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
I
that's
was-
early. That's early Priest. You know?
Yeah. Like it's not living after midnight or got another thing coming.
Right.
I played a crazy gig in California 2 years ago. There was like 4,000 people, and the stage was in the middle of it. And I just remember there were people directly behind me, and I was like, "This is insane. This is
Oh,
glorious."
so you were like
Oh.
Def Leppard. You were in the round.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, it wasn't so much in the round. We were in the corner, but there was a whole group of people behind me, and it was great. They were totally cool, but you're like literally like plopped in the middle of a crowd of crazy people and having a blast. And that was probably the craziest show I ever did. Definitely the craziest. But there's always another one lurking around the corner. I'm sure something we've done over the years.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So the one in Philly was the Unleash the Priest. Is that
Yeah.
right? That was what you guys were doing for that.
Yeah, we
gig.
were. 84 was just about starting at that point because COVID kicked in right after that, and every gig was
right.
canceled. So we'd know like Ed had just gotten into the band, and that's when we were like we got to get Howie into the metal thing. I didn't think he would do it. I figured he was too busy doing other stuff. It's just like, hey man, you want to do a metal band?
I was actually, but when I heard the music, I was like, yeah, I'm all in, 100%.
So
Nice.
then I was like, then it was like that.
like a mad scientist. Whoa.
Yeah. He's got a great voice, and it's very
absolutely.
versatile. We can do, we do all sorts of stuff. I come with crazy ideas, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot." And then I'm like, "Wow, that's nuts!" And then we do more.
Yeah, I'd say the one that sticks out for me is just like musically for all you guys, not just the vocals, but the Battle of Armageddon. That is such a, to me, that stands out as just a really, and I'm not taking away from any of the other songs, but it's a really strong song.
That one's like that's like a throwback, like like a definitely 80s pure 80s metal vibe on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool. I'm glad you like that one.
Yeah, for sure. And then there was so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say some of them that were crazy, like that are long songs. Those are my favorites. The ones where there's like a middle interlude and then we come back, and next thing you know, those are my favorite ones.
Like Tone.
Yeah, like the song. Tone of the Strings off the first.
Tone of the Strings. That's one
off the first EP. That was like the first one. That I was like, wow, I think we're really onto something here. And there's one of my favorites is Mary's Ghost. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah. There was one today I was listening to something about To the Stars.
Oh yeah, that's another one of my favorites. Yeah, that's
that was a real good one too. I mean, they're all good. Don't get me wrong.
No, cool, man. That's cool that you like this stuff, man. That's really cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Eddie, I wanted to ask you. So on Armageddon, the solo are you picking or are you tapping or what techniques are you using for that?
On that one, I'm picking, but I kind of had my hand on the tremolo a little bit, so it's like I'm pressing it in a little bit.
Yeah. What was that again?
Say it again.
I was like pressing down on the tremolo a little bit, so it's like sounds kind of warbly, like,
Yeah. It's different. It's unique.
Yeah. Thank you.
For sure. And I was and not to knock on it, but I was like, oh, I could have listened to a few more bars of that. You know?
One of the things like I picked up in my learning how to play and grabbing different things from different players, right? That's one of the things I kind of grabbed from Ace Frehley and Kiss is that you don't need always an extended. You kind of need something that just sort of fits right in there, you know, that accompanies it. So sometimes
live, we'll do it live.
Yeah, right. So sometimes in some of the songs there are longer solos, more elaborate solos, and for that one, I sort of felt that, you know what I mean. That
just get in and out.
You got there were like fills.
Those are tremendous
bridges, right? So, and there's that in the very beginning. There's sort of like what I imagined was like a clarion call, right? Because it's a battle of angels and demons. So there are bits of extra,
for sure,
bits in there.
All sorts of spices.
Yeah, right.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, no, it's great. It's great, and I get it. But when I heard that solo, I'm like, he must be a humble guy because he doesn't want to let loose too much.
Right. Yeah. I overdo it sometimes. Maybe what was the one sound barrier that's kind of like I don't know, 5 or 6 guitar harmony. I was picked up from Priest, like Glenn Tipton and KK Downing are big influences too, so
yeah,
you might pick that up a bit. Even in like maybe the solo for the ballad, I was shooting for Beyond the Realms of Death, like that sort of, soulful.
That's right. You guys have a power ballad. I haven't heard one of those since like 1989.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I'm like, wow, they got it. They captured it.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you like that. That's awesome. Yeah, we want, I mean, you can't have everything blasted in your face. So it's always nice, and we don't want to do like a cheesy one.
Yeah,
so.
right. I was definitely shooting for more something in like Beyond the Realms of Death or Children of the Damned, maybe, which isn't quite acoustic, but like that vibe, as opposed to what you were saying, like
Every Rose Has Its Thorn or Alone Again. I mean, they're good songs.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's one of his favorites. We were just talking
Alone
about
Again.
He's still working on it. He's almost got the part down, right? Almost.
So, all right. So you guys spend time on this, but what do you do? You got day jobs. What do you do otherwise?
Yeah, I teach music.
Okay.
I'm a garbage man in the city.
Oh, nice.
Rats like this.
Yeah, it's true. They're big.
Yeah, are they the size of cats?
They can be
big cats.
Damn.
There was one so big, he was so fat. I kid you not, no embellishment. He couldn't even run away. And I
waddled
ran right behind him, and I was like, I was telling my partner, I said, I could just kick him. Like, he couldn't even run away. He was so fat.
He would probably just burst.
It was horrible.
Oh God.
And what do you do? Do you do something?
Yeah, I do something.
Yeah.
A printing company and a design company.
Okay.
And,
You do?
Yeah.
Sure.
You guys are tight, I can tell.
Inkjet printer.
Never asked.
That's like the second thing you've learned about him tonight.
And I'm a
starving.
starving artist. I play in as many bands as I possibly can. Yeah, that's me, the starving artist.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're just gigging.
Yeah.
Nice.
Try to, anyways. Until I gotta move everything into a cardboard box, and I don't think I'm gonna have electricity. Do they have outlets in cardboard boxes? I don't think they have that.
The acoustics are good.
So you can't record in a cardboard box.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to figure out maybe a generator or whatever. But I'm sure that that'll be the.
You can get a decent vocal booth out of that.
Yeah, it's vocal booth. It doubles as everything. It's a bed.
I'd let you stay with me, but I have 5 kids. So,
Yeah.
Whoa. Got yourself a little army there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is our release. This is what we got to do, to not, I guess, kill people and whatever.
Sure,
You know?
it's your therapy.
Yeah, that's the word. That's what I meant. Not kill people.
I make
And
Yeah.
rather than sitting across from laying on the couch talking with Sigmund
Yeah.
Freud, you play music. No, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, it's what we have to do, I guess. I tried to stop a couple of times.
What's that?
Work. I said I've tried to stop a couple of times, it never worked.
Yeah, no, yeah. I hear you, man. So going back to 1 second to Armageddon with the drums, the little thing you do right before the solo. What's that little that you hit there?
It's off the bell and the splash, I think, or off the splash and the bell.
It sounds like a tiny little.
Yeah, it's a 6-inch splash and the bell off. Yeah, it's okay. So it's bell splash.
Yeah. See, it's the little things.
Yeah, it's such a short break.
Right.
So I said I'll do something that probably no one would have done. So I just did that, and there we go.
It's a cute little spot.
Yeah, it's a little spot.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was spot.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's right here. It's good.
Try to keep it interesting with little doodads here and there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Be picking up on all the things, but that's really cool.
Man.
I appreciate the fact that you actually
it's really
like it.
humbling, man.
Yeah.
So I thank you for even asking us questions like this, because it's really unlike anything I've ever experienced.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So I like I said, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So my first show was Iron Maiden in '85, Power Slave.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is Providence Civic Center. I grew up in Rhode Island.
Who opened for them?
It was Accept, balls to the wall.
Oh, wow.
I saw them with Queensryche opening for them. I think that Radio City was that Power Slave? Yeah, that was the Power Slave show.
Yeah, with all the Egyptian stuff going on.
Yeah, and Queensryche opened. Queensryche was great that night.
I heard Queensryche's coming back to New Jersey soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I just saw Jeff Tate. Jeff Tate does a great solo. I haven't seen Queensryche, but Jeff Tate.
They're good. I mean, it's two. I think it's the guitarist and the bass player, original guys, and then Scott Latour or something like that. I can't think of.
Yeah.
Todd Latour.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's great. I mean, but Jeff is the voice of
Right.
Right, and he still sounds great.
And he's got all these like young dudes that he recruited from Europe.
Yeah,
for his backup band.
And he sounds great.
And then he was just pulling and I think from the backup or from the opener, he kept pulling guitarists out from the back. One time he had like 4 guitarists. I was like, this is great.
Yeah,
I've never seen that. You hear about a triple axe attack, but then I've never seen 4. And it was crazy.
It was a bit much.
Yeah, as long as there's room on the stage, right?
Yeah. This was a place called I think it's called Club XL or Club XL Live, something like that. It's in Harrisburg.
Okay.
So there's a guy that owns a strip club, and then he got the idea. Oh, I'm gonna set up a live venue, and then when the bands are done at 11 or 11:30 or whatever, I'll just direct them back over to the titty bar.
Pretty good thinking.
Yeah, it was that's using the old noodle.
Yeah, that's right. He's right. He's got the right idea. But yeah, that's where I saw Jeff Tate. I don't know what you could put in there. Maybe what's that?
He still has that voice. He still has the voice.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, say it again.
Not too many singers these days, like from back in the day. They're not in the same. They either blew them out, or just. Actually, Joe Elliott from Def Leppard sounds better now than he did in the 80s.
Does he? You know who else is great is Glenn Hughes.
I was just dude, you read my mind. I saw Glenn Hughes about a year ago, and his voice is still great.
Oh my God,
he's a phenomenal. He's a whole
unbelievable.
Other
and the drugs that he did. First of all, he said he claims he doesn't remember the 80s.
That's probably right.
It's like, are you kidding? Like he did Black Sabbath,
he said, I apologize for the last time I was here. He was like, because he was like, whatever when he was with Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
right?
Oh my God! Like he did Phenomena.
Yeah.
He did that blues album. Like he did like a Hughes Thrall. Like all these albums that I love of his.
Black Country.
He said he doesn't remember them.
Did you ever check out Black Country Communion?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah,
Oh, it's him with Joe Bonamassa. It's very good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Jason
Oh,
Bonham
yeah, Jason Bonham.
and
yeah.
the keyboard player from Dream Theater.
Derek.
Oh, all right.
I don't know which one of them. There's a couple of them. I'm not much of a
The guy
Dream
with
Theater guy. Oh,
Oh, that guy.
no, Dennis Sheeran.
Oh, that,
Oh, Derek.
Right. He's great. But they put out 3 albums and then they didn't do it
I
anymore.
think they got another one coming. I just said.
Oh, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's great. Glenn Hughes' voice is
Yeah.
outstanding.
I think the thing with Hughes is he can't sit still. Like he just keeps hopping from project to project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so
And he's
Killer. He's just killer. And
He's got to be what, 75 years
he's
old? I think?
definitely
Yeah.
up there.
I don't know if he's that old,
Amazing with that voice.
So like Ian Gillan didn't have those high notes
Yeah.
anymore, and he's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And, like, but
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I hope I
Glenn
can
Hughes
still play
will
drums in the next 5 years. Never mind, I'm 75. Yeah. It's
well, how about influences for you guys individually? You want to just go around the room for that?
Yeah, I mean, you name it, and anyone from the as far as the metal stuff, all the obvious ones, Halford, Dio, like he was saying before, Jeff Tate,
Yeah,
stuff like that. But I'm also, I also from a vocally from a different perspective other than metal, you name it, Stevie Wonder, Lou Graham, all of
Lou
them.
Graham. That was one that kind of stood out for me. I was like, if Lou Graham did metal, Lou Graham on steroids doing metal.
That would be good. That is good.
That's if somebody were to say what's Hollywood in a nutshell, I would say
right. I was gonna say, didn't one of the
pretty cool.
reviews of the album said the heavy metal Lou Graham?
Did he really say
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, nice. There you go.
That's pretty good. Lou Graham has
Lou
strong
Graham's one of
voice.
my
Man.
favorites, always has been.
Yeah.
What about you?
I said before, I grew up, listening to Maiden and Priest and Kiss and, Alice Cooper. But I also got into, other things like around that late 70s period, like Elvis Costello when that was happening and pop and, the Stooges and, so it's a mixed bag of stuff. And, when you can't pull up, even the Beatles, who you can't forget them
Yeah,
too.
Beatles,
Like,
absolutely.
I'm hearing a little Steve Vai too when I listen to your stuff.
You were
Oh,
saying he was
that's
humble
it.
earlier. He's gonna blow me back now.
He's a New Yorker, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I like a lot of his stuff too. I'm not so advanced as that, but yeah, maybe sometimes little bits of like harmonies and tremolo work will
just things that I catch every now and then.
by a little bit. Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know. Well, I mean, fun. Geezer Butler,
Right.
Steve Harris, of course, those guys.
Big guy.
There's like a big lull of nobody somewhere in the 90s because you didn't know anybody's name, right?
Right.
I ended up going to music school so that I got turned on to like fusion, Gary Willis, Choco Pastores, all that good stuff.
Right.
And then I came to these roots, So we still do that, this like fusiony stuff that doesn't for anybody, but then we do this metal thing, So it's like, but I try to mix those two together. I don't want to say exactly like that guy, but when John goes, well, I think you should fix that part, then I go, it sounds exactly like that part that I wouldn't want to do. So, but yeah, that but it's because you got to keep, especially when Eddie starts writing songs that are faster and faster. You gotta start practicing. I'm like, oh,
Sean
geez.
picking
Keep us on
those.
time.
I write a lot of those.
Yeah, he writes a lot of slow ones, but
Plodding
I always start calling it towards the fastest stuff.
I remember getting those first tapes going. I'd play alone to learn. I'm like, oh, it's still going. I'm at like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow, what's the rest of this? There's another part. But yeah, no, that was my bad.
And me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm believe it or not, my favorite drummer of all time is Bill Bruford, and it's mainly because of his attitude and the way he plays. Can't beat it. After that would be like Bill Ward. And then you get into the crazy stuff, Simon Phillips, Tony Williams, stuff like that. I love those guys.
Oh, you're gonna have to. Who are those guys?
Simon Phillips is actually on Judas Priest Sin After Sin. He was a studio guy. He's still an amazing drummer. He's one of the top drummers in the world.
Oh, okay.
And when I was a kid, when I was going to lessons, I started very young. So I was aware of a lot of stuff. My brother's a little bit older than me. And I saw that there was a Judas Priest record with my favorite drummer on it. And I was like, this is impossible. And that was, now every record I try to make sound like that record. But yeah, Sin After Sin is probably the hugest influence on me on what if I could make everything I do sound like songs off the Sin After Sin, I'd be really happy.
Wow. Nice.
We didn't mention, I know it's not really metal, but we're all massive Kiss fans.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned.
Yeah.
Here's a funny story. Me and Howie went to high school together.
Yeah.
And Howie was a drummer. We were in the same music class.
I heard of him. He was a drummer. Yeah.
So you were both drummers.
Yeah, in the music class, we used to just bust balls and all that stuff.
Clowns,
yeah, and we used to drive our teacher crazy. But years later, I didn't know that he sang. I like the way he can sing. So like it's one thing, like, hey, I sing a little bit. And then I find out he was in this Priest band. And I think I reached out to him. I was like, how dare you have a Priest band and not ask me to play in it? And he's like, what's up, my band? I joined it or whatever. And I'm like, but I'm not even thinking like, how the hell are you singing like Rob Halford? And then I was like, holy shit. So you don't play drums anymore.
Did he's told you I sing a little bit? That was
no,
how he
but
described it?
No, but I mean, I went to high school with him and he played drums. He never was like, hey, by the way, I also sing, so I didn't know. He was in cover band. I think he sang sometimes in the cover, but we were all busy at the time. We all didn't go see each other's bands like that. Right. But I'm just saying it's quite a leap to be like, I'm a drummer. Oh yeah, I also could do Halford. You know what I mean? So that's what and he does it great. He's all these jerks.
He was very nonchalant about it.
All these jerks. I'm very everybody in this band is great. I mean, he's a great singer. Eddie's a great guitar player. He is humble. Eddie does stuff sometimes where it's just very simple, and then Eddie does some stuff sometimes I'm like, holy shit, it's fucking amazing guitar. Sorry my language. And then and John is a great bass player. Like he said, he mixes all the styles in. So when we're working on stuff, we know all the same things. So like if I'm saying this is something that's a little more Sabbathy, or he already knows. Like if I'm playing something a certain way, he fits right in the groove. So that's why this is really the most fun for me.
He wouldn't say it, but he's one of the best drummers around.
So we're all happy with like this. This is a great thing that we we're really it's funny. We started doing it. It was doing it. Now we're putting stuff out. Now we're like, oh my god, it has to be better than the last thing. And someone was listening to this, and now now I'm being judged, so it has to be better than. That never happened before, but I'm glad in a way I did, because it's pushing us to limits where everything has got to be better, and keep it interesting for everyone.
Yeah, it's like you actually have to be mindful now.
Yeah.
The first album was like, just let's put something out and see how it goes.
Right.
Now it's like,
Yeah, people saying it's good. Now I go, shit, now we have to put out more good, not going the other way. Yeah, the other stuff was better. It's like, but you win some, you lose some,
Right. But it's all in the band's evolution. That's
exactly.
actually what I was thinking too. I was driving in my car listening to you guys, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the next thing to come out.
Cool. That's exactly how we're looking at it. Like Ed sends me songs, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm like, and I tell them, I'm like, oh, wait to hear the next song. And we start working on it, and by the end, we're all like, this is great. So I don't think we've ever said, nah. Well, actually, I'm the worst. I'm the one who goes, I don't think this one's gonna work, and then it gets 30-something thousand views in a month. So, I like that.
There's always one guy. There's always.
Yeah. I like that. I know nothing. I hope that I'll keep saying, this song you can do great, and I hope it does. Whatever. That's definitely it.
Nice. Well, I would love for you guys to come to Pennsylvania. I think that would be just.
We'll certainly let you know.
We'll
hopefully this year. Hopefully right after the summer, like right around then. We should have the albums out, and we should be ready to do some shows. That's hopefully the plan for what we're looking to do.
We'll tell you what, I can, if you want, I could get a list of some venues for you if you want.
That would be amazing.
I don't know any promoters. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, but it's we don't know the clubs out there, and so that would help. That would be amazing. So I really appreciate that.
I mean, some of them, maybe a big act is coming through and they can get you on,
Yeah, right.
first or
That's what
second.
we're trying to do. Yeah, that's what we really need to do, because it's hard to, we're going to go play out in Pennsylvania. People don't know who we are. So at least if we bring the music and we do a good job, then maybe they'll come the next time. That's all we can hope for. I know cabbages and tomatoes or whatever, or if we're hungry, it's all apples. Yeah, make a salad.
We just have a sign. We'll play for food.
Yeah, we'll play for food.
They'll be like, yeah, I'll give you food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chicken
man.
wire. Don't forget chicken wire.
Oh,
And the
the
rider
body.
need chicken wire.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
man.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. This is awesome.
Great.
Yeah. And so this I'll put up on my channel, and I'll send it to you, and you can
Yeah, we'll promote it.
Sounds great. Yeah.
what you want. You can put it up wherever you want. And
Excellent.
I just realized I'm like Captain Kirk back here.
Oh, you really? Yeah, he's driving. Oh, yeah.
Sulu.
Beautiful.
oh, man, it's been great, guys.
But thank you so much. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
And
Keep in touch.
yeah, we'll stay in touch for sure.
Excellent.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.